Right, good morning everybody. Welcome back to one of our safari episodes for you. The game viewing over the last couple of weeks has been quite spectacular, but one set of or sequence of events has stood out particularly, and that is Cocovela and her interactions and introductions to us of her cub over the last few weeks. She's been spoiling us with some unbelievable viewing, and just been observing her for the last little while has been really special. It basically started off with us kind of surprising ourselves and bumping into her just as she caught a scrub hare. This was at night, and instead of starting to feed, she immediately proceeded to pick it up and started walking with it for turned out to be about 1.5 kilometers. Obviously knew she was heading back to her cub, but the cub was still pretty much pretty young and had not really been introduced to spotlighting yet, and so we didn't stay with her very long at the cub, but really good to see how the cub greeted her briefly and how she left the kill for the cub. So the next morning we headed off to follow up to see if she was still in the area with a kill. Not surprisingly though, with such a small kill, they had actually come out of the block, and we were fortunate enough to bump into them as they were walking down the road. And that was really one of our first good glimpses of the cub, and watching it, a little bit nervous of the vehicles, but obviously because Mom's so comfortable with the vehicles, it quickly relaxed as well, and just great to see the interaction between Cocovela and her young cub, which we think is a female now, and just that bond between the mom and the cub, really special to see. So having seen where Cocovela had taken the cub, we went back into the area to try and find them, but actually quite an interesting situation developed where we found Cocovela first, quite close to the area where we expected to see Cocovela and the cub, and following her for a little while and lost her and found her again. We bumped into an impala kill which we initially assumed was hers, but it actually turned out to be Cocovela's. So it was quite interesting to have Cocovela lying only a couple of 100 yards from where Cocovela had the kill, and presumably with a cub. Initially we did not see the cub, but it was quite interesting to see that the two of them were in pretty close proximity. A little later on, apparently there was a bit of interaction with them, but Cocovela, being significantly more dominant than Cocovela, didn't worry too much about her in the area. The following morning, even more chaos erupted around the kill, with us finding Cocovela, Cocovela's brother, also in the area. He unfortunately did pick up the scent of the kill, and managed to steal the kill from Cocovela. Initially he wasn't sure obviously who was at the kill, so he approached very slowly and gingerly, which allowed Cocovela some time to see him coming. She obviously didn't put up too much of a fight, just backed off, and Cocovela snuck in and started feeding on the kill. Cocovela then slunk off, presumably got hold of the cub and disappeared. It turns out that later that evening even more chaos must have erupted, as we suspect that the two Ottawa lionesses stole the kill from Cocovela. So all in one area around the Cocovela's kill we had Cocovela, Cocovela and the two otter were females. So the next morning when we went back there, we found Cocovela in the area still calling for the cub. All the other predators had left, but Cocovela had returned to the kill site and was looking for the cub, and spent quite a long time vocalizing and calling without success. And for quite some time we were worried that the cub might have succumbed to one of those other predators. But fortunately this story did have a happy ending, and a few days later we managed to find Cocovela and the cub together again, seemingly unscathed, and we had a fantastic view of the cub in a large leadwood, a little bit separated from mom but calling for mom, and eventually descending from the leadwood and joining up with Cocovela, and to see the joy in both of their faces was quite something to see.